Over the years, I've had a lot of opportunity to see estate plans in action. Sometimes it goes smoothly, sometimes it doesn't go so smoothly. The good news is, when I observe these mistakes that people make, and I learn from those mistakes, then I can bring those to my clients and help them avoid the same mistakes that others are making. One mistake that I see quite frequently is the mistaken notion that a will can control all of our property when we pass away, as far as who it goes to and how it goes to them. Unfortunately, that's a myth. It just doesn't work that way. Your will control certain types of property that are held in your name and so forth, but a will can't control a lot of different types of property. For instance, property that's titled in the name of a trust, perhaps one that was set up years ago. Even if you sign a new will saying, I want the property in that trust to go to this child instead of that child, it doesn't matter. The trust has to be amended or changed because the property is titled in the name of the trust, and a will only controls what's titled in your name. Another type of property that may not be able to be controlled by your will is property held in joint tenancy. For instance, when we purchase a home, oftentimes we purchase it with a spouse as joint tenants with rights of survivorship. Well, that special legal language with rights of survivorship basically trumps your will. It says if one of the joint tenants passes away, then the other joint tenant receives the share of the deceased person. Doesn't matter what your will says, that's what the law says. And so that oftentimes will surprise people. They put their child on as a joint tenant to their house for whatever reason, and then when they pass away, the house goes to that child, and it's not divided by the will according to the will. A similar type of property, that has similar results is life insurance, where we name the beneficiary of our life insurance benefits. Well, the custodian on their internal records, they're the ones who determine, well, they don't determine, but they read that beneficiary designation when you pass away, and they say, okay, who's ever listed on this beneficiary designation is the one that we write the life insurance check to, not the will. They don't care about the will. They don't want to see the will. They just want to look at their beneficiary designation. As far as they're concerned, that's the will. According to, as far as the life insurance benefits are concerned, they follow that. They don't look at any other will out there. The same is true for payable on death designations or accounts with POD or TOD, payable on death, transfer on death designations. The financial institution of those accounts, like Wells Fargo or Fidelity, they follow that. They don't follow a will. Same thing with 401ks or IRAs. They're going to follow the beneficiary designation. And so if when you set up that beneficiary designation, you can't remember who it was, then you need to find out. You need to call that institution, say, who's named as my beneficiaries? And if that's not who you would want it to go to upon your death, then you need to change it. And the will is not the place to change it. The beneficiary designation is the place to change that. So that's, again, a big mistake that people make. They think, okay, my will can control everything. It just can't. You've got to coordinate all these different types of assets with your estate plan, whether it's a will or whether it's a trust. And that's what attorneys do, or at least estate planning attorneys, is they help you understand the legal ramifications of owning these different types of property, and then they help you coordinate that with your estate plans. Remember that little or big doors swing on little hinges, and this is one of those little hinges. Beneficiary designations and the way you title things, that can have a huge impact on your estate plan if you're not aware of how that works and what's actually going to happen when you pass away. So I hope we've been able to clarify a couple things for you today with regards to your estate planning. If you need more clarification, we're happy to visit with you.